Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 2 and the Another Life mission set in Whittleton Creek, Vermont. And today we will be taking care of the elderly assistance discovery or feat, which entails quite a lot. Basically, we have to make Janus happy, and to do that we need to achieve 7 goals. So for this one we will be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick, a silenced pistol of your choice, and some egmatic poison. Like I said, this is quite a long one, there is a lot to do. So right from the start, off the bat, we are going to require ourselves 7 muffins, or 1 muffin and 6 other items, but there just happens to be over at the muffin stand 7 muffins. So we're going to make our way straight over there, and we're going to collect up all 7 of these muffins on the table here, and they will come in handy much later on. So once we've got all 7, one of them is a little bit difficult to get because, as you can see, it's stuck in a box, but you can get it. So with the muffins now all taken care of, we're going to move on, and we're going to make our way over to Nolan Cassidy's house, where we will find an exterminator and his van. Basically we're going to render this exterminator unconscious, take his outfit and the keys that he drops. So there he is there. So we're just going to make our way round to the back of the van, duck into the bushes here, and wait for the exterminator to make his way around to us. Just checking that the coast is clear. And if it is, then we're going to just pounce on this guy, render him unconscious. Like I said, we're going to collect the 2 keys that he drops, hide his body in the bush we were hiding in, and take his outfit. So with that all now achieved, we're going to make our way into Nolan Cassidy's garden via the garden gate here, with the key we've just procured. And if the patrolling guard isn't around, we're going to take our silenced pistol and shoot the camera above the fumigation machine. We'll approach the fumigation machine and add our egmatic poison. So that's all nicely set up to take care of Nolan Cassidy. So if your timing is right, then the guard should be just making his way back, and we can then sneak up behind him, render him unconscious, grab the gun he drops, although for me it's gone through the floor so I don't have to worry about it, and we're going to hide his body in the bushes provided, and we can just leave him there. So for next up we're going to go and collect our first 2 clues. So we're going to vault over into the frog habitat area and make our way around into Mr. James Batty's garden. And at the moment I thought he was in the shed, but he's not, so we're going to lockpick our way into the shed with the key we've collected. And just behind the door we will find a shovel, and just on the table in the corner we will find some legal documents. Those legal documents are our first clue, and Mr. Batty is now making his way to the shed, so we're going to exit via the window, wait for him to go into the shed, and make our way back to the frog habitat. And just by the bird houses on our right here, there's a little clearing and a prompt so that we can dig up our second clue, which will be the cigar box. So once we have our cigar box, we can drop the shovel, we don't need that. We're going to make our way back into Nolan Cassidy's garden, and we're going to make our way back to the fumigation machine. And we're going to use instinct to see where Nolan Cassidy is. He's a little way off at the moment, so we'll just skip till he's entering into the house. And once Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard are fully in the kitchen, we can trigger the fumigation machine, and that will make everybody in the house sick. And basically everyone on the ground floor will exit the building via this door, except for Nolan Cassidy, who manages to make his way to the bathroom. So we're just going to wait for a lot of the guards to leave. They're all going to make their way into various locations, mostly in the frog habitat area. So once the first 3 are through, we've a nice little gap to make our way into the house, into the bathroom. Once again, using instinct, we're just going to wait for these last couple of guards here to make their way out of the garden area and veer off in the different directions before we pounce on Nolan Cassidy and drown him in his own vomit.
Nolan Cassidy is down. Good work, 47. Janus awaits your attention.
So, while we're here, we're going to take out the surveillance system because we have been seen by a camera. And from here, we're going to exit the kitchen via the window, make our way back to the fumigation truck, and we're going to re-don our suit. So, that is the first 2 clues collected and Nolan Cassidy taken care of. So we're now going to move on to our first challenge, or our first task, to complete the elderly assistance challenge. So we're going to make our way right round to the creek area, and behind the creek shed we're going to duck down into the bushes and locate the nurse. And as you can see, it's just over by that pole there. We're going to select our silenced pistol. The nurse will go to feed the ducks, and we're going to scare the ducks away just by shooting at the water there. So that will trigger the nurse to go and give Janus his medical exam, and when he does that, that will be the first part of our challenge completed. In the meantime, we are going to make our way around the map to Helen West's house, and we're going to make our way up into Helen West's bedroom. So over the fence, into the garden, down the basement stairs, and lockpick our way into the basement. And once we're in the house, we're going to make our way up to the bedroom area, where we will have, I'm not going to lie to you, it's a long wait. It's about 12 minutes real-time waiting. But eventually, the nurse will give Janus his medical. Janus will carry on through his routine for a little while, and then he will make his way to meet Helen West. And they will both go into the room that's opposite us now, on the other side of the house. We're just going to wait here and admire ourselves in the mirror. And basically, when Helen West and Janus go for their little meeting, Janus's bodyguard will wait outside of the room. So we're just getting confirmation here that the nurse has arrived at Janus's house and will be proceeding to give him his medical exam. And after all that's taken place and Janus goes about his business a little bit more, he has finally made his way over here. He's met Helen West, and they are now making their way into the study area, where they will have their little meeting. And you can just see Gunther there, his personal bodyguard, and he is our second task. We need to take Gunther out. We don't need to kill him, but we do need to get rid of him. So once he takes up position guarding Janus outside the room, he will have his back to us. We can sneak out of our room, render him unconscious, pick up everything he drops, because what he drops, amongst other things, is a pack of cigarettes, and we're going to need them. And we're going to take his body and hide him in the cupboard in the bedroom. So that is 2 of our 7 tasks now taken care of. So next up on our list will be to take care of Janus's mole problem. So we're going to exit Helen West's house via the front door, and across the street to the house opposite we will find ourselves a utility sort of van and a gardener. No one should be around, so we can just pounce straight on the gardener, but do be aware there is a jogger who goes past. We're going to grab that gardener's key, and we're going to drag his body into the bushes on the other side of his van, and we're going to take his outfit good for good measure. So for our next task we need to plug 6 mole holes in Janus's garden. So we're going to make our way back across the street and into Janus's garden using the key we've collected. What you can do is we're looking for the guy in the yellow shirt. We can engage him in conversation and then plug the mole holes, but we don't want to go to the other side of the garden because there is an enforcer over there. So we're going to start plugging the mole holes. There are 6 of them around, 2 either side of the shed here, and 1 just in front of the shed somewhere. And hopefully the guard we need to speak to will start making his way back over here. As you can see, he's just there on the left. We're going to go and engage him in conversation.
I understand you have a mole problem.
Oh, you're a godsend. Let's get straight to it. The sooner this is fixed, the sooner I won't have to listen to Mr. Janus's complaints. Follow me.
So he's going to show us the mole holes and lead us over to where the last 3 remaining unplugged holes are.
Hey, gardener. Nice job out there. As you can see, we have a mole issue. Now, I know a permanent solution might take some time, but if you could just fill the holes by the end of the day, that'd be great. Come find me when you're done.
So once he's finished his little speech, we're going to plug the mole hole just to our left, and the mole hole in the vegetable patch, and that leaves us 1 more mole hole, which coincidentally is right where the guard we need to speak to again is standing. So we're just going to plug the mole hole next to the tree, and we're going to speak to the guard once again.
Done.
Great. Let me have a quick look.
So he's now going to inspect the mole holes. He will call Janus over to inspect them for himself.
A bit unorthodox, maybe, but you got the job done. Let me get Mr. Janus so we can inspect it for himself.
And once Janus has investigated these, the 3rd of our challenges will be complete.
The molehills have been fixed.
So with that taken care of, Janus will make his way out here,
Just to warn
and he
you,
will speak to
I'm sure this whole
this
inspection
guy.
is gonna remind Janus about something exciting from his past.
While this guy waffles
sure
on
that he's gonna
about
tell us all
Janus
about it.
being an old man and liking to talk about the good old days.
Just play along. Better yet, keep your distance.
I think we'll take that second piece of advice and keep our distance. So Janus will make his way out here. He will speak to the guard, and he will then go around and investigate the mole holes. And I'm just going to hang around for no reason. You really do not need to hang around at these tasks, but for the purpose of the video I am doing so. But you can literally go around, plug all the mole holes, speak to the guard, and then move straight on to the next task. And you can go through all 7 tasks and just wait by the exit if you so wish.
Mr. Janus, Gardner took a bit of an unorthodox approach.
Janus, Cold War spy master and the first Providence constant. I wonder how much he remembers, how little he cares.
So Janus is now going to go around and investigate all of the mole holes. But once he's had a look at the first 1 or 2, we're going to move off to our next task. And like I said, you don't have to wait around. I'm just sticking around for the purposes of the video, which is why this video is quite a long one. But this does take a long time to get all 7 tasks taken care of. So like I said, even if you go around and you plant the cigarettes, you make the tea, you plant the muffin, you plug the mole holes, you get rid of Gunther, you basically cover all your bases, you will still be waiting around a very long time. So we're going to leave Janus now to investigate his garden, and we're going to make our way around to the front of the house and into the garage. And luckily the guard has just moved away from the area, so we can just use the key straight into the garage, close the door behind us, and we're now going to take out the guard who patrols the kitchen area using the generator at the back of the room here. So when he comes to investigate this, we will then render him unconscious, hide his body, and we will take his outfit while we're here, just so that we can move around the house freely.
determined.
So once the guard turns off the generator, we're going to pounce on him. Good night, mate. There we go. We're going to take the gun he drops, drag him down the stairs here, bumping his head on every step. Drag him across this nice cold floor and into the deep freeze. There you go, mate. Chill out. So we're going to take his outfit now, and we're going to make our way through the kitchen, which is where two of our tasks actually are. But we're going to first go and collect our third clue from the basement. So we're going to make our way through the kitchen, down the basement stairs. We're just going to wait at the foot of the stairs for the enforcer down here to get into position. And primarily we need him stood over by the photograph, the third clue that we're about to collect, and then we can sneak up behind him. So he's making his way over there now, and once he's in position we're going to sneak around. You can take the guard out first if you wish, or you can get the photograph first. Either way doesn't matter, but we do need this guy out of our way. So once he's unconscious, we're going to collect his gun. We don't want to be leaving any evidence down here. And we're going to hide his body in the cupboard provided. So that's this area nice and clear, because this is where we will be killing Janus. So on our way out, we're going to grab the photograph over by the filing cabinets. So that's our third clue now taken care of. So essentially for the main mission, all that's left is to kill Janus, but we do still have 4 more tasks to complete. So we're going to exit the basement, make our way into the kitchen again, just being aware that there are no enforcers around. We're going to plant our muffin on the plate on the kitchen table there, make our way into the bathroom, and we're just going to wait now for Janus to finish everything he's doing in the garden. He will spot that muffin, he will eat that muffin, and that will be our 4th task taken care of. Again, like I said, you could pour the tea while you're there and make your way straight upstairs for the next 2 tasks. But again, for the purposes of the video, I've decided to wait around for each of these tasks. So Janus has now finished his muffin. He's going to continue on with his day, feeling slightly better for himself. And once he's gone past, we are now going to exit the bathroom, back into the kitchen area, and we're going to pour him his cup of tea. There we go. We're going to return to our bathroom, and once again we're just going to wait right here for Mr. Janus to go through his entire routine, and when he comes back down the stairs he will spot the tea, he will drink the tea, and we will get our 5th task completed. So here comes Janus now. Nice hot cup of tea there, mate. Would have been hotter if you'd been a little bit quicker. I'm sure it's only lukewarm by now. So once he's finished aching his muscles there, he's going to go and drink the tea. There we go. So from this point on, we need to make our way upstairs. Now there is an enforcer patrolling upstairs just at the top of the stairs here. So if he is on the left like he is there, we're going to go up the stairs and around to the right and into Janus's room and plant the cigarettes. If he's on the left, go up the stairs and go, if he's on the right, sorry, go up the stairs and go to the left and into Janus's room. But luckily, this is where the side we want to be in, because once we've planted the cigarettes in Janus's bedroom, we're going to make our way into the study, and we're just going to wait by this gramophone here. And what we're waiting for is Janus once again to continue on through his routine, and when he gets back into his bedroom he will find those cigarettes and he will have himself a quick smoko. At this point we need to time things a little bit well, so we want to turn on the gramophone, which will be our 6th task. That will distract Janus into this room, and he will have a little sort of memory of himself, of him and the new constant. I recommend waiting in this room. Accidentally I leave the room and start heading for the basement, but I recommend just making your way around the bookshelf in the center of the room and waiting behind that before leaving for the basement. And the tricky part is when you leave for the basement, we want to get down there before Janus, but we need to time when we leave the room to match with the enforcer outside, because we don't want to run out of the study straight into the enforcer. So I've made my way downstairs, which was a mistake. I'm going to make my way back up into the study so that we can hear what Janus has to say.
This takes me back. The night I passed the torch. End of an era as constant. We had the Vienna Philharmonic played that night. Empty concert hall except for the two of us. A rare moment indeed. A good talk, hands shaken, honor among men. As it should be. I wonder if he remembers it as vividly as I do. I should ask him when we meet again soon.
So with that now taken care of, essentially we've triggered some old memories for Janus. He's going to make his way down into the basement where all his memorabilia is. Like I said, we're going to go out the door that the enforcer isn't currently stood at. We're going to get ahead of Janus and down into the basement, where we will wait for him by his memorabilia, just by the cupboard where we've hidden our guard. And we're just going to wait here for Janus to finally catch us up. He doesn't move very fast, although he is moving somewhat faster than he was at the start of the mission. And once he's in position, all we've got to do is kill him.
At last, the actions of the first constant catch up with him. Death feels like an easy way out for a man like Janus. Still.
So all we've got to do now is make good our escape. And we're going to head out the front door and back around the map to the bus stop exit. It's the easiest exit to get out via, basically, besides the bridge. It's the only one that isn't locked, or you need some sort of tool or key to exit. So there you go, that is the elderly assistance challenge taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.